Hello, everyone, and welcome back to D&D Oblivion. So it's been like a month, a little more than a month. January 24th, last time we played. And the last time we played, I think it was January 24th, something like that. Last time we played, we're in King City still, although we were thinking about perhaps heading out of King City. It seemed like maybe we had a lead on Elodie Everstrong, so we were gonna portal back home with Gorby. But then Kater's contacts in the underworld slipped him a note, said to come meet at a different tavern, yet another fine King City establishment. So we went there, talked to his contact, who had been was somehow involved with someone Kater had met at the fighting pits the day before, who informed us that they had been researching these strange magics around town in the tavern. There was an urn hanging up that had a strange magical source that matched the magic in a mausoleum in a cemetery. So we visited the cemetery, found a strange tomb, found one with a mummy in it, which we decided to tamper with for some reason, and dispatched the mummy, and then found another tomb that at a particular time of day disappears and opens into a hole of magical blackness with no bottom that we could find, or one very far down. I don't remember. I think we never even heard the rock or coin or whatever was dropped at the bottom. Elenius tried to get lowered down. We used like all the rope we had, but then the tomb started reforming, and we thought bad things are about to happen to Elenius, so pulled him back up, even though he wanted to continue spelunking into the whatever it was, maw of darkness, portal to the underdark, certain death, whatever it was. So we pulled him back up. We retired back to the inn to ponder more this strange magic, this strange opening, connections potentially to the urn hanging here in the central room of the inn. And I believe that is where we kind of left off last time.
Perfect. Yeah. This is where we are. It's about, we'd call it like maybe 2:00 on the afternoon, and like middle of summer. It's kind of where we are. Maybe a little past midsummer, but warm outside. And just to set the scene. I know this map may look familiar.
No.
Sometimes things, but we've rejoined here at the Floating Urn, and for some reason things I added to the map went away. I added a floating urn to the middle, but do y'all see a floating urn?
No.
Okay, great.
It's higher up.
Yeah, it's too high.
It's too close to the
Yeah. King City really has a particular aesthetic for their taverns, which I enjoy.
They were all created by the same engineer.
Yep. They're like, who's that guy who builds all the taverns? Get that guy.
I mean, if you're good at it, right?
Yeah. Like, clearly he's doing something right. Everyone loves these taverns.
Yeah, we're here with her name was Andraste, and she was the one who led you there, and y'all come back to the Floating Urn afterwards. And so y'all come back, and assuming y'all would, of course, I would assume go for a drink or two while you're here, and discuss, and she's quite still excited about what y'all found there. And she seemed mildly disappointed that y'all didn't allow Olinius to continue heading down. But that's how it goes. So
We're all disappointed.
I don't know why this is doing this. Anyway, so But yeah, so you're in the floating urn as it is. As I said, there is an urn floating in the middle here. There's actually what you notice here at this point of the day, at this time of day, is that there's actually 2 people tending the bar, which for those of you that frequent establishments, Keldrin, and anybody else, it does seem a little odd that like a tavern this size, because this is not a big tavern, like a tavern of this size would really need 2 people to tend the bar. But there's a younger human woman, who's tending bar, and then there is a female half orc, also tending bar, and on the and you see like kind of around them, this glowing thing isn't really here. It just looks cool. It's not really there. Maybe that's the urn, actually.
That's
Maybe
the floating urn.
the floating urn, yes. But like on the wall around them, you actually see like there's several different like paintings, portraits of people, and you definitely see the half orcs in a couple of them. There's one that has her, a female dwarf, a male human, and a female human, and not her, a different female human. And they all look kind of like yourselves. They look like adventuring types. Like in this picture that someone has painted of them. And there are, and then there's like different types of those types of pictures, like on the wall around them. And so that's what it's what you see here. And of course you have the floating urn there. And there's a few people here, just eating, talking, doing things people do. But yeah, so when y'all get back and you get settled and you get a drink ordered, and Dressy's like, so what well, what now? I mean, we discovered one of the sources, and there's definitely something there, obviously. The other source is, well, as we know, emanates from, she looks at the urn here.
Does the urn move?
No, it just kind of just sits there in the air.
Can't really go just poking around with that one. Not right now, anyway. Take very kindly to us disturbing their establishment.
Should we just ask about it? See what they'll share?
I was wondering if perhaps this staff here knows anything about... You know what? I bet they do. I need another drink anyway. Calvin hops up off the bench and walks up to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, excuse me.
Are you addressing the half orc or the woman?
Whoever will listen.
Okay. The half orc will look. She's kind of like leaning down. Seems to be wiping the counter, but doesn't really seem to be wiping the counter. And she just looks over at you. Yes. You need another?
Yes, and is this... First of all, this is a wonderful establishment.
Takes the glass out of in front of you and fills it up.
Unlike any... And I've visited many of the taverns here in King City since arriving. And this one just has something special about it that the other ones don't have. I can't quite put my finger on it. But it just feels... It feels different. Do you have... Is there like a special brew of the house here that you have, or maybe a little, I don't know, something off the regular menu that I would love to sample whatever rare, unusual things you might have.
So, you say something feels unusual here, and she looks up at the urn. She looks back at you. And then you say you want something that's a little off the menu.
Right. I mean, those are completely unrelated, or at least I thought they were unrelated. Is that why I just thought this place has a different mood, a different atmosphere to it? Is that why? Something to do with that urn?
Well, how many other places have you been in where an urn just floats above the floor?
None so far. This is the first one. But I thought, I didn't think about it too hard, I suppose. I just thought, oh, some decor, somebody, whoever created this place had a special flair about them. And although I suppose it is slightly morbid if you think about it too much. Is it, I don't know, or if you don't mind me asking, is it a relic of the founder of this place, or?
You know, I don't even know. And never really asked.
Huh. It's just been there ever since you started working here.
Working here. It's funny. Why don't you take your drink and head back to your table?
What?
Wait, I see a 4 and a 19.
Oh, did I roll twice?
Yeah. The first one was a warm-up.
I see a 2 on the screen. What the?
We all get one warm-up,
I
right?
see the 2, but then I mean...
It was like a 20, it flipped to a 2. So, oh, okay. So I guess that is a 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was a 20. It really wanted to be a 22.
It did.
Well, I mean, I'll even say even with a 4, like I mean,
there's a reason I rolled, and then I'm right.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But she like refills a drink and says, "Why don't you take your drink back to your table and just enjoy this fine establishment?"
Sounds good. And I'll put my arm around Keldrin and kind of try and guide him back to the table. Come on,
when you say working that way, are you?
You think we would be more successful?
Working? What?
You think we'd be more successful with the other one?
No, I think there's something here. I just have to.
No shit, but she's clearly does not want to share.
I don't think that's it.
God, good luck. And I'll walk back.
I think we have something special. I'll turn back to the half orc. Why do you? I'm just curious. Why do you say working in that way? Why is it funny? I'm sorry if I've made a mistake or offended you somehow. I surely didn't. That was not my intent.
She looks over at the human woman, and she's the human woman's pretty young. She's she's young adult age, and the woman says, "Oh well, she just this is Aura, and she owns this place. She owns the Floating Urn. So I think she seems a little taken aback, saying that she works here when she really just owns it." She looks at Aura, and Aura looks back at her, and you see she just kind of rolls her eyes at the woman, and she turns back to the two customers on the other side and says, "Oh, would you like another drink, sir?" And then she goes back to filling the drinks.
Oh, so you're the owner. Wonderful.
I'm one of the owners, yes.
I mean, clearly the important one of the owners.
I wouldn't say that.
It's all a matter of perspective, I suppose. To me, right now, you are the most important of the owners.
What is it you're after?
Well, a second.
Since clearly you're not just here to have a drink.
Okay. Well, hold on. Okay. Well, as I'm talking,
You trying to charm me?
yeah,
You're trying to charm me.
I'm trying to charm you.
You know, now I have to look up to see how can you actually charm me. I don't know. Let me look up. Yeah. What dice am I rolling?
It's a wisdom save.
Yeah, I just need to know what my number is. But keep talking.
Well, so my friends and I are visitors here to King City from very far away. And I don't know, we've come across some very mysterious things in the last day or so. And no, I just get a strange feeling from that urn. A feeling I've felt in one other place here in the city. So it's just aroused my curiosity as to what that might be. Ah, come on.
I rolled a 16.
Boo.
Can we use our inspiration to give you disadvantage?
Oh wait, I have inspiration, don't I? Oh wait, that I didn't make a roll. It doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Right.
Boo. Hey, do I have anything I can? I don't think I have any tricks yet. Oh well. All right. Just have to rely on the regular old charm then. And obviously, I don't want to disturb your fine establishment in any way or interfere with anything that you would be doing here. So if there's anything else you know about that, I would love to hear any. I'm very interested in stories. Reading stories, collecting stories, knowing stories of strange events and people and items and things I encounter in the world, and I would just love to know the story of this place and particularly that item.
Now, once I tell you this, you're gonna go back over there and leave me alone, right?
Yes, I will take my drink. I will sit over there with my friends. And when I need another drink, which I inevitably will, I will talk to your wonderful young lass over there and not speak to you again unless spoken to.
So,
That'll be the first time that's ever happened.
me and my companion, purchased this place about 20 years ago. We don't know why the urn is there. It's been there. But we had amassed some wealth, and well, we decided that this was a good place for us to settle down. We were still in our prime, if you will, but sometimes you have to make hard decisions. She glances back at the picture of like that group of people. So we made a hard decision. We don't regret it a single day, but well, it's really not where we wanted to end up. So, for the last 2 decades, we've maintained this quiet little tavern that, without that, and she looks up at the urn, probably wouldn't have enough business. But it is what attracts people like yourself who are curious about why it floats. It is a curiosity, but really nothing more. Yet, it seems to bring in the simple-minded. And they don't mind paying for a drink or two. Well, here we have the floating urn.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. Sad tale as it is, or it sounds like there's some sadness along the way, but I wish you continued prosperity, and I hope all the simpletons continue to flood through your doors. Pick up my drink, nod, and give her a little wink, and head back to the table.
As do I. So while you're up there talking, Andraste looks at y'all at the table, like, does he always do this?
Not exactly this, but yeah, versions, variations. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite persistent. Got a bit of a gift for it.
There's a story that and she doesn't point over her shoulder, but she points like this, like, you know, into her chest, but like clearly she's pointing towards Aura. There's a story that like she came to the fighting pits a long time ago, and like she's really not to be trifled with. I mean, and she looks at you, Kater, and says, I saw what you did. I mean, no offense, but she was quite something. It was a long, I didn't see it, but it was a long time ago. And, from time to time, you know, Cayman's folks still try to lure her over there, but, you know, that's ceased in the last few years. They say she's past her prime now, but I would never say that. So I hope your friend is careful.
Absolutely not.
No. Yeah. And so eventually, you know, yeah, Keldrin, you make your way back to the table.
Well, that's a fascinating story. I think she used to go around with that, like, kind of duck down to make sure she doesn't see me as I point, like, over at the painting on the wall. I think she used to be part of that crew or one like it.
And as you say that, and like y'all kind of like peer over your eyes, you actually see she has seemingly like glanced back at you, Keldrin, as you've come back to the table, and then she turns around, and so y'all see her as she's walking, and she kind of walks past the picture, and she kind of puts her hand up to the picture, and she shakes her head, and then you see her you know, disappear. Not like disappear, but like she walks through. She vanished. No, she walks through a door back here, and the door closes. I didn't put a door over here, but she walked through the door over here. And then
She just walked straight through the wall.
she walked straight through the wall, and yeah.
Yeah, we won't mess with her.
And you see and then like, you see that, and you see the human woman like glance over and says, and then she kind of just moves up a little bit, but continues to talk to two people at the bar, but starts to scan more about around the tavern to make sure everybody seems to have what they have. As you continue talking.
But then her and her partner left that life behind. So sounds like maybe they didn't want to, and they didn't see themselves as quiet tavern owners, but they've owned this place for a couple decades, and as far as she's concerned, that urn is a curiosity that brings in the simple-minded, glancing around at other people around the tavern. Curiosity brings them in. They buy some drinks. Thinks they would probably go out of business if it weren't for that urn, but it was here when they bought the place. Been there ever since. He probably thinks about it too much, rather than what it does for her establishment. The most forthcoming person I've ever met. But I don't think she's aware of exactly what it is, or if she is, she doesn't want to say anything about it.
This is the same magic that was on the window or on the sarcophagus?
I thought it was on the
It's a good question.
I thought the
This-
tomb was the thing emanating the.
Well, they were both magic.
Oh, the tomb and the window.
Well, like it's sort of like a combo almost, but it was. Did I put it in there? Otherwise, I'll have to look it up. See it? Yeah. Let me look real quick. I think we say this magic is not the same as the tomb itself.
Not the same as the tomb itself?
No. There we go.
Oh, there was. Yeah, I noted down that there was conjuration magic in the mausoleum.
Yeah. And so that conjuration magic, like that's not the same type of magic.
The window disrupted the conjuration magic when the moonlight went through it.
The window was more of. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I got a different. I had detect magic up in the
Yeah.
mausoleum, but I didn't know if I got a different school off the.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little rusty on my school's magic. Window is. Oh, actually. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was all conjuration magic.
All three?
So the mausoleum, the window are conjuration magic. I don't think anybody's actually cast anything in here yet.
In my... magic that urn is. Couldn't tell you either. I can tell you tomorrow. Whatever's keeping the urn there. Don't think is something that has to be maintained. I didn't get the sense that she's doing anything to maintain it. It's there, it's always been there, it's continued to be there. Suppose whatever's at the mausoleum is not being actively maintained either.
So do you think it's like emanating from? I mean, the mausoleum was, well, it was down, right? So, do you think it's under this place?
Or inside the urn itself.
Inside the urn?
Could be. It's large enough to.
Oh, Linnaeus has detect magic. Look at that.
Yeah, he does.
You detecting it on the urn? I'm assuming.
Detecting the room, but yeah.
So the urn is actually the most magic. I mean, besides whatever you guys have on you. The urn, or if you just yourself for magic.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm emanating
there.
magic.
So from the urn, you detect actually 3 schools of magic emanating from the urn. You detect some abjuration magic. You detect some conjuration magic. And you also detect some necromantic magic.
Huh.
And none of them really stand out from the other in any way. It's just, as you focus on it and look at it for however long it takes you to do it, but you just kind of see those kind of presence of all of them.
Do we need to study it more? Like, learn around?
Does it seem like they're all coming from it uniformly, or does it seem like there are pieces to this urn?
It seems pretty uniform.
Do they come back at night when no one's around? I mean, I don't want to get caught by what's her name though.
Neither do I, but
I want to get my ass kicked.
taking a closer look at it, it'd be enlightening, I would imagine.
I don't usually push for this approach, but did you just try the honest approach?
I was about to.
I I feel like I was fairly honest.
Oh,
She just didn't really want to talk about it much and wanted to be left alone.
When I was there, you didn't explain why you were curious. Maybe that's...
No, I'm well. I did say that I'd sensed something strange with it that I only sensed in one other place in the city. I didn't want to give it all away.
Yeah, that's what being honest
I
would
don't
be.
know who we're dealing with. Well, I wasn't lying. Everything I said was true. I was being honest. I just wasn't saying every last detail.
Oh, maybe you need to be that brand of honest. Or maybe Elenius takes a shot at it.
I don't. I mean, you can try it. I don't know that she's interested. Put it that way.
I mean, she said she was like an adventurer, right?
I think at one point she was, and I think she has a lot of complicated emotions about her past life as an adventurer. That the more we dredge up, I think the less accommodating she's likely to be.
Well, yeah, if you bring up the memories of her lost companions, but if you bring up the memory of the quest, right? If you share your quest, she might be excited by that.
Maybe. I also said I wouldn't talk to her anymore as part of hearing her stories.
I did say she probably was not real receptive. But that said, she apparently was the one that knew the most. But you might be able to get some more out of her.
I think. I wonder if
She left the bar.
Yeah, she went in the back room.
she didn't mention who she purchased it from. I wonder if perhaps they would know more.
did you go to the bar, Elenius?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to do like cutscene. Elenius has approached the bar. Oh, another drink, sir?
Yes, and
We don't serve much food here. We're mostly a drinking establishment.
oh no, drink is fine.
Huh.
Fine.
Is that the wrong word? Shantia provides, but I was concerned for your patron. The woman who runs this bar.
Oh, and she looks over at your table and
Yeah, my friend seems to have upset her. I was
Aura. Oh no, she's fine. She just it's sometimes, but you know it's not that nothing that's she'll be fine. She just needed a moment.
I'm curious about something. If you could help me.
Oh,
Do you have regulars?
Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, we have people that visit. I mean, most people that come in. I mean, I hate to say it, they see the urn and they're happy they've seen it one time, and then they go somewhere else. And she names some of the other taverns in the place, building in the place. But we do have a few that come in every night and just they like it because it's smaller and it's quieter for the most part.
Except for
usually
the tourists like us.
yeah.
Except for the tourists like us. But
I didn't want to say that.
oh, that's all right. Um, have you worked here long?
Oh yeah, most of my life.
Wonderful. I'm curious. Do you know of anyone who's been to this bar for a long time, who has been stricken with the vanishing?
Oh. I mean,
Even one.
I suppose that. Well, I mean, I suppose it's some that have visited. I mean, it would have to be inevitably someone visited here would struck with the vanishing, I would think.
But do you know of any regulars in the entire time that you've worked here?
I don't know if I could come up with any names. I mean that's not something I really keep track of. I'm just
Sure. It's not something pleasant.
it's not at all.
It's the lingering doom. But
It is, yes.
I would be willing to bet the coin in my purse that you couldn't name somebody that's been a regular here.
Why do
Has
you?
been stricken by the vanishing.
Well, it's not that I don't want to help you. It's just it's more of a.
I think there's something here. Right over our heads.
Oh yes, it's an urn.
But what if it's not just a curiosity? What if there's something there? Where we come from, the vanishing is a common part of life. There are no older people. They've all been stricken by the vanishing.
Oh, how tragic.
I'm finding that it is tragic because that's not the way that it is here. It's far less common in King City, but I bet it's far less common right here.
Right here?
Right here. I think that has something to do with the lack of vanishing. Think on it. If you can come up with a name, then I'll need to reevaluate.
Okay.
But your patron was an adventurer, and we seem to be on a adventure of our own, and it's to end this.
The vanishing.
By the light of the saloon, we just need we need to learn things that we don't know. And learning about that might be something that we don't know. And I don't know what to ask because we don't know it.
Make an insight check. She seems uncomfortable. And some of that could be just a general discomfort at this conversation. But you get the impression that like there's more to it. When you like kept going on, you know, after that, like you notice, like she sort of glanced over her shoulder a couple times, sort of in the direction where Aura went. So, yes, of course. You.
I'd like to speak with Aura if she would like to speak with me on these things. I'm sorry if I frightened you.
It's not right. It's. She like fixes you another drink, hands it to you. Says, I would appreciate if you would just take your drink back to your table.
I do that. I say I fear that honesty may not have served us in this case.
You said you went back to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to ask what you found out, but
one thing that I found out is that she couldn't think of anybody that has been a regular here in the years that she's worked here that has suffered from the vanishing. She assumes that there must have been someone, but she couldn't think of anyone.
they have regulars here.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot. She said it's mostly tourists like us, but they have some.
I mean, with the relatively low number of people here who even experience the vanishing, so few regulars.
That thought had crossed my mind as well.
By that time, she comes over to your table, and she, takes the empty glasses, and as she does so, she drops a napkin, like it kind of just slides out of her hand, like onto the table, and she doesn't seem to notice, and she takes your drinks, doesn't say anything, like the empty glasses, and just heads back to the table.
I'll pick up the napkin.
And it's you see written on it, like just kind of scrawled, it just says wait, WAIT.
Maybe honesty did work.
What's it say?
What exactly did you tell her?
Just that we're on a quest from Saloon and Helm to end the vanishing, and that this may play a role in it.
So you lied.
I didn't lie.
I'm not on a quest from Saloon or Helm. It's an outright lie.
I think he believes it.
I mean, you might be on a quest from them. I'm certainly not.
You're on a quest with me?
I didn't get sent by... You know why I'm here.
Who were you sent by?
Strange dreams.
to thwart the designs of Shar and Talos themselves?
I don't think that's right. I don't, I don't think it's Shar.
I think Shar has a role in it, but I think it's Talos.
I think
There's a
Shar's,
new darkness.
I think Shar's the one who's got me on this quest.
You think Shar does?
Best I can tell. That's where my dreams come from. I don't like it. I'm not comfortable with it, but
You think that's who she is Shar?
that's, yeah, at least my she. What about yours? Or her?
After we've been like chatting for a little bit, I'll
And as y'all were like talking, like, you know, like a couple people get up and leave. Yep.
I'll just very briefly, and I'll look and make sure there's no sign of aura before I go back to the bar and just ask for it. If we just get another round whenever you have a moment, no rush, but just while we're.
Of course.
Thank you. Dump some coins on the bar.
And like 2 minutes after that, you see, yeah, see Aura reappear from the back, and you know, she she like comes forward, and she, you know, comes back to the bar, and you know, looks around, and she goes over to, you know, a table over here and starts talking to, you know, this fellow for, you know, a minute or two. I mean, it seems to be kind of like normal stuff. So, what are we waiting for?
We're waiting because the napkin said so.
But but until what?
We don't know until we're done waiting. But once we're done waiting, we'll know what we're waiting for.
How do we know we're done waiting?
When something happens.
Something will happen.
I mean, things are happening all the time.
Right, but when something noticeable happens.
Well, Aura just came back. Is that noticeable?
I mean, I noticed. You said that something about her and her partner. I wonder if she meant like adventuring partner or another kind of partner. Romantic partner? Kind of. I'll ask.
You're right.
Now I am curious.
And this guy will kind of stumble off the bar. He's clearly had one or two midday drinks, and he tosses some coins at the bar, and they sort of miss. You know, they hit the floor and stuff. It's like, my fault. My fault. I think I need to. And he's like, the door is. And Aura just looks at him.
Here will get up and gently take him by the arm and start leading him towards the board. Bouncer instincts kicking in.
And you know, you've done this enough. He doesn't seem unfriendly, like he's about to cause a ruckus. He just clearly is having. He is very disoriented. Like, where is the door he's supposed to go out of? Yeah. So
take like one hand and one arm around the shoulder.
Thanks, friend. Your hands look like claws. Whoa. Oh, it's in the mead.
Good need. Guide him out. And
Why does that guy look like a bird?
We got that bird walking out.
guide him out.
Oh,
Close
the
door and
urn
head
is
back.
so cool. Yeah. 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 So yeah, you help him out. And I mean, I don't know. There's a side quest somewhere where we find out if he makes it home or not. I'm not sure. You know. So, and then Aura comes around. She collects like the coins, and you know, those of you that are like facing her, you can see she looks up at you.
Yeah. Do I catch her eye?
Yeah, because I guess the three of you on that side of the table would be looking her way. Yeah, so she looks at you all and
Give her a nice smile, a little wink.
she'll
Your second best smile.
gather up the coins and put them on the counter, and you see the girl like shove them in, and then I'll like look back around, and then she'll nod again, and she'll go back through the door, and at that point, you see that she looks back, and she looks over, and she walks over, says, oh yes, you've finished your drinks. And she reaches down and picks them up and says, follow her. And she picks them up, and she walks back over here to this guy, and she just starts chatting this guy up. And
You don't have to tell me twice.
and then the one in the corner is, not even paying attention. So
Possible directions.
Mm-hmm.
so we head off map. Yeah. Yep. Off map. Yep. And so you push open the doors, and like there's just like a real short hallway, and then you see it leads to some stairs going down to. I mean, it's a tavern, so you assume it's probably going to be some kind of cellar of some kind where things are kept. And from where you are, you can see like it's not dark. Like you can see there's some light coming from the stairs themselves. And if you'll give me 1 second, I will show you where you are. Another map. This one might be a little bit. All right, let's see. Who went first? Because I already lost my map, so.
Elenius did.
One is
Prepare,
charge through.
Keldrin, Stavid, and then extras.
Extras.
Oblivion is not an extra.
Yeah,
He's our good buddy.
he's not a PC.
Not yet.
Wait, was who? Sorry, Elenius. Then who was second?
Kater.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
whoever
stop
dies
it.
first is going to be malignant.
Go ahead and roll up your lizard man with tangerine bombs.
Yep.
That character. Oh. All right, so let's see. Make sure I did this right. I hope so. I had time to do it. I should have done it right. I think you can see a space somewhere on this map.
Yeah, a little space.
Does seem right?
There's a giant map.
A little room.
Upper.
It is. It is a little bit of a big map. Again,
Good.
I do enjoy maps. So as you come down the stairs, you see Aura, and she has like it's clear like you heard some voices as you were coming down, and she's talking to this female dwarf who's sitting there in like full like battle regalia. I mean, like just everything like decked out, sitting like a crossbow kind of hunched on her knee. There's some kind of weapon. Yeah, a warhammer. Like, you know, I mean, she's decked out, ready. And Ara like spins around at, like as you're coming down the stairs, and then the dwarf like rises, and like the crossbow is like trained on Olinius as he like comes down the steps.
Not me.
And you know, Arha kind of growls almost like, what? You know, just kind of gives a growl. And then the one says, who are you? What are you doing down here? You better speak quickly or you're going to be filled.
Oh, well, we just came to see our good friend, Aura. Aura? Wonderful. I couldn't resist but see more of your wonderful establishment. Very interesting down here. Who's your friend?
Did you not say you were going to speak to me ever again?
Oh, I thought that was just like upstairs at the bar.
You better speak quickly about what you're doing here. And it's not to see our wonderful establishment. And the dwarf like stands up and seems to be sighting down.
And so I'm Elenius.
Sighting down Elenius?
Well, Elenius is first, but yeah.
Okay, good. I can just stay where I am then.
So I'm Elenius Maxwell of the Temple of Life. And we're here on a quest.
No, Temple of Life. Where is this Temple of Life?
In the kingdom that I cannot remember the
From
name of.
Massalia. Very far away across the sea.
Across the sea?
Yeah, like so far that we had to come here by portal. The boat trip would have been far too long.
So then what's that got to do with us?
Where we're from, the vanishing is a quite common occurrence still. There are no elders in our lands.
This is quite unfortunate, but it still doesn't explain what you were doing here.
It does. The urn in your establishment.
Aye.
It comes to no surprise to you that it's magical. But its magic properties may have quite a lot to do with the good fortunes of King City and the lack of vanishing activity here. Our hope, our goal is to end the vanishing in all the lands. But to start with that would be to learn about how this urn prevents the vanishing here.
But something darker is coming.
Aye, from below?
Stopping that's the real goal.
From below?
Why do you think we're here? And Aura looks at the dwarf. She looks back at her and says, aye, they're already here. They might as well know.
No.
The machinations of Talos, perhaps?
I know no Talos.
When you say we're here, that's why we're here. Who's we exactly?
She motions towards Aura. That's why I would here.
The two of you, just the two of you.
Aye.
You guard for something?
We do.
Darkness?
Every day for 20 years.
It comes from below.
Well, not much anymore. But on the occasion that it does, that's why we're here.
What comes from below?
Wow. All types of darkness. Evil things. Things that make your nightmares seem like soft pillows, boy.
Well, we've had some pretty bad nightmares.
They're gonna say something else. That's what he said.
Well. And so what? You want to go down there?
Well, this one, pointing at Elenius, wants to go down any strange dark hole he can find.
So you're a crusader, boy. May I suggest a second occupation? It'll lead you nowhere but to death.
Oh, he was sent by the gods or something. He'll be fine.
Yes. Well, Fidala used to think the same thing.
I don't actually think he'll be fine. That's why we didn't let him go down the hole in the mausoleum. He thinks he'll be fine.
The hole in the mausoleum. And Aura like stands up straighter, like, what do you mean?
The darkness under the tomb in the mausoleum. The tomb that disappears when the sun's in the right spot and it comes through the stained glass window and shines on the tomb, and the tomb disappears. And then there's the strange magical darkness that goes on forever and ever below the tomb. Probably into the Underdark or some other evil place. We don't know.
Aye. And she looks at Aura, and Aura looks at her. And then they look back at you. They don't say anything.
Were you aware of this place? The tomb?
No.
We've learned that it has magic connected or similar to the magic here.
It's a doorway. Well, doorway. It's an entrance.
Here?
Entrance to what?
But
To the Underdark?
Everdark.
What's the Everdark?
It's the part of the Underdark that exists here. You clearly don't know the Underdark.
No, this island has many strange pieces to it.
It's island.
Continent.
So, does this urn have to do with the entrance? Are they
No. No, we don't have a reason. We don't know why the urn is as the urn is.
Have you studied it closely?
I mean, not enough for it to really matter. We know what we're guarding here.
What do you think it's guarding, though?
I didn't think it was guarding anything.
What is it abjuring?
Just keeping the owners in business.
You've never wanted to just like take a little peek inside and see what was in there?
I would, except you can't.
What do you mean?
Well,
It doesn't
because
open?
if you actually go up to it and you find it actually doesn't exist.
Well, that is curious.
I've seen my life, but this one, it is of a nature that no one has been able to.
Illusion is not part of the magic that we detected.
Hence the reason we don't worry about it. We can't understand it.
If it's not an illusion, then it is there and you just can't touch it.
I don't disagree with you. Maybe something's required to touch it.
Maybe we can't touch it because it's abjured.
Perhaps.
They can't touch it because they don't have a special magical form.
That would be an interesting theory to test.
Wouldn't it?
Hypothesis to test.
I don't
Yes,
think
it
I
would.
want to touch it anymore. You're
Why
welcome
not?
to, though.
It's like you create new situations to be a coward in.
So you've come here to investigate the urn, or what the source of the urn, as you believe it to be.
The nature of the urn, yes.
But you've come this far. I can let you in. But you might have to find your own way out.
Into
What do you mean?
the Everdark?
I mean, you're here.
Can we investigate the nature of the urn before we go in?
I mean, you could try.
Let us try that first, and then we can go into the darkness.
Or we could sleep on it and figure out if we do actually want to go into the darkness. They probably have some nice rooms here, I would imagine. Aura probably have some nice rooms here.
We're a tavern. We don't keep rooms.
Oh. There's no sleeping quarters here.
Well, besides our own. No. But you want to sleep down here? Just points over towards the cask and the barrels and the crates. I mean, I've slept in worse places. Aye. Dwarf laughs.
Was the dwarf in the pictures?
Yep.
But the other bartender was not in the pictures.
Nope.
And so it's just you two left?
Hi.
Oh, you're the partner.
She looks at Aura. And Aura just looks at her and shrugs. I'm Dagnall Hammerstone.
I didn't.
And now I'm in a trance.
I didn't do that.
Oh,
No,
wait.
I was trying to close it and get back to my notes. No one's in a trance.
Keldrin immediately goes into a trance on the stairs.
Trance like you're elf like.
I am an elf. Partners, co-owners.
If you're gonna be in, oh, good.
I wasn't sure if Aura was talking about venturing partner, business partner, romantic partner. We
Oh,
didn't
does
get
it
that
matter?
far. Oh, I'm just curious.
She doesn't say anything.
Talk later.
Well, if you're going to go up and explore the urn, you might as well do it before it gets busy and before it gets dark.
What happens when it gets dark?
So if you're going to go down there,
It's better to go during the day.
well, we're not going to let you out at night. So
Then let's go investigate the urn.
gotta switch back scene. Sorry.
All this switching maps.
Back to the map. There we go. Wait, I'll shuffle back out the door again. And she looks surprised to see you come back out.
Oh, hello again.
And this guy is no longer here.
Very
For the-
interesting down there.
Well, you're not dead, so that's a good sign.
No, I think we got along quite well.
All right.
How high up is the urn?
It's like 10 feet off the floor, so it's not like super far up there.
Kater will noisily drag a bench over to underneath it and get up on the bench.
This person in the corner turns around and looks at you like, "What are you doing?" And
Completely oblivious. And we'll stand up and reach up and try to grab the urn.
then, you just reach up and like your hands as go right through it.
Look at the others.
Who has the reverse polarity?
Me and
Yeah, the two of us.
Stavid looks over at him, and then he gets up on the gets up on the chair, and
And then
Trust
reaches
me.
straight out in front of him.
does the same.
It's the same thing. Where's the urn at? Better looking urn.
Yeah. I don't think we have any other ideas.
And what does it look like to us when we watch them like reach and not be able to grab it? Like their hands just like pass through where it is? Do they disappear?
No, it almost looks like they're, from what if you're looking at it from this perspective, it looks like their hands like go around it, and then you can't see their hands because they're like behind it, and then they like pull them back. So they don't actually go through it from your perspective. From your perspective, it looks like they're like encircling it somehow. But what's that like?
But from our perspective, our hands do go through it, or do we have the same kind of?
Y'all feel like y'all are just reaching right through it.
Okay.
Also, my urn won't show up on my screen. I don't know. Is there an urn on the screen?
There was a white square for a sec.
There was.
Yeah, I see it.
I went away.
Um,
What's happening?
No, don't try to hug it. Just grab it.
Grab it.
No, don't
Elenius
put your
will
arms around it. Grab it. Like hold it.
Grab it. Hold it.
Elenius will try to put his hand underneath it.
Without touching it?
At first, yeah.
Well,
Like
I mean,
close.
your hand is,
Yeah.
under it.
All right. And then, try to touch the bottom of it.
White square. I can't. Fine. Maybe it is an illusion because I can't get it on the screen. No more urns on the screen. Yeah, it's the same type of thing. Like your hand seems to kind of go right through it, and like from where you are watching, it looks like his hand's just on the bottom of it.
Close my eyes and try it again.
Same thing.
All right. Mage hand?
Do we feel anything as our hand goes through, or just it's like passing through air?
It's like passing through air.
Try to interact with it with mage hand.
It passes right through it. Same type of thing.
Okay.
Can I? So if I try to press to digitate symbol, like a letter, on the surface of it, do I see that letter appear on the surface of it?
I think it would be more like you see like the symbol urn, and like the symbol is almost hovering in the air.
Look at the space between the.
I mean, it's not much, but I mean, it's it's certainly like it's.
I've never been able to do that in midair before.
Mike, you definitely get the feel, and you should get the feel like there's whatever is protecting this, like, is also protecting it from whatever the simple parlor tricks you are trying to do. Like,
Right.
It's not so much protecting us as more like deflecting, but.
Stavid will kind of focus, and then his shadow form appears next to him, and like reaches up to touch it.
You went echo on me?
I went echo.
Oh man.
I don't even know if I can technically do that. It doesn't say I can like make the echo do stuff. I can make the echo attack, but
the echo swings at it with the great sword.
unarmed strike, an unarmed Yeah, no.
Strike.
Unarmed strike and grapple.
Or
A gentle a grapple. There you go. That's an attack, right?
Yeah.
He
That's-
grapples it.
Um. Yeah. Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Yes. You're on the right track now.
That's right. This is progress.
I'm not very charismatic.
So when your shadow, your echo like hits it, your shadow vanishes. I guess your echo vanished.
I hope he's all right.
Gone forever.
Subclass canceled.
Yep.
I cast Dispel subclass.
What is it? Can we tell what the urn appears to be made of, like material wise?
It's a gray urn made of a grayish material.
Like a metallic grayish material, or like a
No, made of
pottery
Ceramic,
kind
clay.
of gray material, or
probably more pottery would be my guess.
Oh,
It's not metal. I'd probably say more of a pottery material. Did I get more specific than that?
no, not metal. So that
God, were you gonna try to cast heat metal?
that is a different idea. But
Okay.
I mean, I can heat like anything.
yeah.
Does it have a lid on it?
It does, but you don't see like a seal. Like it's looks like it's closed all the way down.
I'm going to see if I can cause the lid to pop off using thaumaturgy.
It works. You release the souls of all the undead creatures.
Don't you ruin this.
Start taking over everybody's bodies. Bunch of ghosts.
Yeah, it's like the New York sewers from Ghostbusters in there.
And I went Ark of the Covenant, so yours is better than mine.
Oh man, yeah, that would be bad. I'm gonna close
Problematic.
my eyes. I'm not gonna look at it.
Nothing happens with them.
Okay.
I'll just listen for when Elenius's face melts. All right. Well, okay. It's not metal, but it is a material. So I'm gonna try to figure out. So I know I'm not necessarily like that kind of bard. Like I probably had to take a music class at some point. Like it just seems like a thing that would happen in bard school.
Yeah,
Like
it's
right, there's got to be a couple music
first
classes
year
in bard
to
school.
study.
Right.
right? Like, even though that's
Yeah.
not my main thing.
Type of bard you want to be, yeah, you got to do
Yeah,
it.
there's.
Yeah, it's core bard.
Mm-hmm.
Core bard class.
The hardcore, if you will.
So I'm gonna try to I'm gonna observe the thing. I'm gonna move all around it. Look at the material that it's made of. Look at the size of it. Try to get a sense of this thing's material properties as much as possible. And then I'm going to attempt to I know from my bard music stuff, objects have frequencies that they respond to. So I'm going to try to
You're gonna try and break the glass with a
perform
resonant.
the frequency that I think this material of this size would respond to, and just see if it I don't know, I just want to get it
Shatters.
I don't really want to shatter it so much as I don't know, vibrate it a little bit and see what happens. I'm just gonna try to whistle or hum or sing or produce that note at it somehow.
Okay. All right. I mean, would you call this a nice song, or is this just a shrilly terrible sound song?
No, I'm not trying to do sometimes I do the dissonant sounds in people's heads. I'm
Right.
gonna make it a nice, pleasant.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna try to produce a nice, pure note. Nothing harsh to the ears.
You do it, and you don't notice any there's nothing noticeable that happens. Beyond you've hit sort of where you think it should have happened. The one person left in the tavern turns around and claps.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to summon a spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
Oh boy. I had it.
Taking it to combat. Here we go.
I had it all pure moods in here for a minute, and now it's time to smash.
Make it into a rod, I guess,
I'm
and try
backing very far.
tapping the rod on the urn gently.
The rod seemingly hits something. I mean, it seems to tap the urn.
Does it make a sound?
Not that you can tell,
All right.
not that you can hear, but I mean, it does actually, it doesn't seem to pass through it. It just seems to
Yeah.
tap something.
Now that's interesting. I'll try using the rod to push on the urn.
You can tell it's hitting something solid, but it's not moving.
Okay. And I can tap it from all sides.
Yeah, you can kind of go
And
around.
in looking at it, I can tell this is making contact with the urn.
Yeah.
All right. I try tapping above it.
Same thing. You feel like you're hitting the
No, I mean above it, missing above it.
not touching it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you go over it.
All right. And you can go under it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the sides. So this is actually the dimensions that the thing is.
Seems that way.
Okay. tap at the top of it and see if it loosens at all.
Sorry, I was looking at the. I mean, it's the same type of thing where like you touch it and
There's nothing to pry at on there, is there?
no. It is perfectly sealed.
No. See, well, this is touching it. Kater, what about your dagger?
Perfect. I can only hope. Kater will take his dagger out and stab the.
Oh, damn it.
You asked the barbarian rogue this.
I
Said barbarian weapon. Go. Okay.
Yeah, so you like
I'm looking up at it.
yeah, and it kind of has the same effect where it seems like you almost you hit something, but it
Flicks off.
deflects, if you will.
Stab it harder. The first time was just a poke, but now it's like.
And it deflects again.
He'll get out his regular knife and try it.
That one seems to get less close to it.
Does it just pass through?
No, it seems to like just get not all the way to it like the rod was, like it was short of it, and then it's like just not there.
So hands go right through it, but weapons don't.
Stavin takes out the great sword. gives it a smack.
Just going for like the smack with it.
Not quite going full pinata yet, but just the feeler so that you can wind up.
Same type of thing.
Do you have a magic sword?
I do now. It's an evil magic sword, yes.
But
I forgot that.
I also have evil armor that just doesn't feel good yet.
Yeah, we gotta work on that.
Let's get a little more evil and yeah, it's same type of thing though. Ara's come out and she sat down watching you. Gonna break your weapons.
You've done this?
I'll put the sword away. I don't want to do that.
Are we there yet?
I don't. No, we're not there yet, and I don't think we're any closer than we were when we started.
Or we'll step off the bench and go get another drink. Then sit back down on that bench.
You see? This is why we know we're safe here. Safe's not the right word. This is why we know that we're secure. Because, well, nothing can harm that thing. But as I said, it brings in tourists, as you called yourselves.
Possible it's not directly tied to the vanishing, but just an object of such power that it's not specifically designed to oppose it, but happens to oppose the vanishing. Is the same true of the temple, the mausoleum?
Maybe you should just settle down in King City. Live a nice long life.
We will end the vanishing, and we will not do that by settling in King City.
No.
Did you ever know an Elodie Everstrong?
Not that I can recall.
With a shot.
Injustice as well. So to the hole.
Yes.
I guess you would have said two below.
Finishes his drink and puts it on the counter. Heads to the back room, or down the stairs. Heads to the back.
Ara says though. I'm sorry, Sif, what did you say?
Kater just starts heading towards that back area and
Okay.
the stairs and all to go down.
Same.
Is that sound just me, or is everybody getting that? Like,
I am getting a little
Oh, yeah,
feedback.
I'm getting it.
I don't know where it was from.
Arcade noises.
Yeah.
Wait, that's whose it is.
I don't have arcade noise.
means you must be the guilty
I'm the
party.
source of the arcade noise.
I know where it came. So you go back down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Dagnell's still sitting there, but now she's sitting back down now. You come back down. So any luck?
We're able to touch it with a dagger, the great sword, and the spiritual weapon.
Magic, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
All things.
I take it you didn't try to smash it open.
Not too hard.
Did you try to smash it open before?
No. But sometimes the seekers, the curiosity seekers, or just the really drunk patrons try to knock it down. It's quite amusing.
How does it work out for them?
No, not well though. Not well at all. But so you want to see this entrance?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if it's the same darkness we're looking for.
Hi, well done. She walks over to this corner over here where there's this giant crate. And she says, I can't lift it myself. Usually it requires me and Ara there, and we have to strain a bit. So
Kater will come help.
Reach in.
Aye. Before we do, just a couple of warnings if you should go down. But, it is a bit of ways down, so you have a length of rope.
Some.
You're talking about 200 feet down to the cabin floor.
200 feet.
I
We just need more rope.
Got 50.
So we think this goes to the same place then as
It
the.
might. It very well may.
Interesting. How far was that from here?
it's not that far. I mean, it's certainly like check my map. It's certainly. I mean, it's not next door, but Ba-ba-da-bum-bum. And it was there. And I mean, it's probably down here. Probably, I mean, 10 or 11 blocks away. I think, give or take, depending on what route you take. So it's not like it's, you know, all the way across the city by any means. Because you decide to descend, just note, it's me and Arha have done a lot to ward that particular area down there. It is the measure that we use to keep ourselves safe, besides, she raises the crossbow, besides more conventional means. But you will note if you leave the cavern floor and venture further in, at some point you will not be able to return unless you've brought back part of Everdark with you.
What do you mean?
There's
Was that you?
clearly you do not know what that is. It's the essence of what is down there. It's the essence of Underdark. It's the essence of Everdark. It is the magical energies that has shaped everything down there.
Is it bad to bring that back with you?
No. But once you pass the barrier, you will have to have it with you to return.
How do you get it?
You search for it.
What does it look like?
Glows. Usually it's found in rock walls, stalagmites, stalactites. It is the leftover essence of when the gods shaped the Underdark. It will also not allow you to, should any of you know how to do such things, teleport. And it will cut off any magical communication between yourselves and anyone above, or within for that matter.
So the essence of the Everdark is light.
It's not light per se. But if you drop down, you look around, you go no further, as long as you can get yourself back up, you'll be fine. You venture out beyond that, you're on your own.
And that's a word that you put in?
It is a ward we had put in. And is why we could only afford such a small establishment. It was quite costly.
It sounds like an elaborate enchantment.
Aye.
It's surprising that that's not something that that King City wouldn't sponsor. It seems like it'd be in their interest to have that well awarded. It'd just be a matter of finding the right people and filling out the right forms to get that work done for you. But I understand things work differently in this city.
Hey, if people in King City really cared about such things.
They should. It helps all citizens.
From what? You vanishing? How many vanishings have you seen in your life?
Many. Several a day some days.
Then you come from a different place, my friend. We just make sure nothing comes up. Things want to stay down there. That's their business. But we lost enough down there.
Let's see. What creatures should we worry about?
All of them. Don't trust anything you find down there. Me?
I suppose we need to get more rope to get down there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who else has rope.
I've only got 50 feet.
Got 50.
To 100?
So we've got 100 feet of rope and a 100-foot drop.
Yeah.
10d6.
Only 100-foot jump to get back up.
I bet Andraste probably has some rope. There we go. We got 150 foot of rope now.
All right.
Still not quite enough, so I imagine that all the rope shops are probably closed by now, so guess we'll just have to wait until tomorrow.
Do either of you have rope that we can use?
So, yeah, if that's your choice, if you're still determined to go through with these plans, then we could probably find you some rope.
It'd be much appreciated.
First of all, I'm not really sure that we have much of a plan. So when you say go through with this plan, I don't think we really have a plan, other than some of us feel like they want to go into the hole. And also, I'm not sure that this is not the best time to go through with it.
But you got a couple more. You got like a couple more hours.
Well, right, for today.
I'm
saying we could wait until tomorrow.
I'm not sure if or why we need to go, but why would this not be the time if there is a time?
Well, it sounds like it might not be the easiest thing to get back. And, I would hate for us to be delayed and miss our appointment with Sariel this evening. If we were delayed from getting to our tower. Also, we still don't have any idea what the urn is about, or how it might be connected to the mausoleum and the tomb.
Well, this hole seems to be part of the connection, but
Possibly.
maybe we should just take a look and lay eyes on it and then make sure we make it back in time. Then maybe tomorrow we go down the other hole and see if it looks the same.
A little bit of caution. Forethought.
So are you going? All right. She's gone back over to the crate.
Yes, let's go.
Kater will say in a watery voice, there's a different darkness, the deeps. I'm sure of it. In a voice you've only ever heard one other time. Seems his voice.
just for a glance around. For now.
Just a glance around.
Right back up.
Tara's looking.
Right back up the rope.
Stavid starts uncoiling and
Mm-hmm. Same. Start tying some ropes together and.
Rope.
All right. So, I feel like we all have disadvantage on uncoiling the rope just because Keldrin is so reluctant.
Good.
We're like, okay, all right. Yeah. So, this is yeah. If y'all like help move this crate, like this crate is like full of like bricks and stones and everything, and like it does take it. It must weigh like 1,000 pounds, so it does take like, a lot of strength to like move it. But you get the impression like Dagnell and Arha together like can actually move this thing. I mean they both look very strong. But so moves it over, and then you look down and like there is a hole. But unlike the other hole, it is dark, but it's not magical darkness. So you can see down, but nobody's dark vision is 200 feet. So it, you see down as far as you can see down. You can tell it's a darkness, but it's not, magical darkness.
Katera climbs down.
All right.
yeah, follow.
Millennials too.
Do it.
We follow.
All right. Let me see if I can.
Keldrin.
I'm kind of like watching them go down the rope for a minute. Gotta make sure those knots are gonna hold. Also, it's probably dangerous to have too many people on a rope at once. I should wait for a minute, probably.
You coming?
Yeah, I'm just making sure everything. I wouldn't want to fall and make all of you fall, and I don't know how much that rope can hold.
Oh, so yeah, it is. It's dark down here for Katera and Stavid because they don't have dark vision.
Nope.
Yeah, so I've moved your tokens, but it's still dark because it's dark. But Elenius, I think you can see.
I can.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I should put you like in the middle of the space here. I'm sorry. You say light a torch?
Yeah.
All right.
All the bad things down there can see right where you are.
Perfect.
Let me see. I remember how to do this. You are a torch.
I am a torch.
You lit yourself on fire. Great.
Ah, but I can see now.
Wait a minute. What's the torch distance? Like 40 feet?
2020?
2020? What does that do? Did that work?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Does that
great
work?
in here.
Does that work for Stavid too?
Um,
I think so.
see, you, maybe not. What am I saying?
Scroll.
Oh, there.
Yeah, scroll down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking at like the dark room up north of us. I don't know what that is, but I can kind of see that. Yeah, it works.
All right, there we go. Yeah, so you're in the middle of this like large cavern. The 200 feet of rope has dropped down to the floor. You can see back up that and you knew this when you were passing out, like it's about 50 feet above you to like the roof. And then it was like the hole that you came out of was about 50 feet up. And then from where you are, I mean, I guess you really don't see a lot. By a lot, I don't think you would see anything. I think Olinius could probably tell there's just kind of on the edge of his range of vision, can see a lot of webbing. But otherwise, yeah.
That's always good. we wait for Keldrin.
I'll start some basic circles.
But once the kind of like watching the rope, and once the rope kind of stops swinging, and I assume they're all down. Not that I can see.
Well, and then I guess you would see the light. I think once the light turned on,
See a pinprick of
I can
light.
see like a little bit of light down.
yeah, you would see like a pinprick of light, yeah, at the bottom.
So I'll kind of step back from the hole and step back around the corner to where Aura is. Two things. If anything should happen to us while we're down there, well, do you know Sariel,
Heard over.
elf who lives in the tower?
Yeah, heard over.
If we don't come back out, we were supposed to meet with her tonight. Would you mind getting a message to her that we're sorry we missed our meeting and we'll call on her again? If we don't, for some reason, get out of here by tonight.
You don't get out of here by tonight, you're not getting out of here.
Exactly.
But yes, I will send a message that you are sorry you died.
And then the second thing, if that should happen, if we don't get out by the evening and we never make it back from down there, I hope you'll remember me fondly.
I'll remember you.
That's progress.
Best you could hope for, man. It's a good try.
It looked like it was an effort for her to say that, but that I'll remember you.
Well, I suppose that will do for now. But now I have more reason to make it back. I'm gonna give her a little bow and a nod and then go back over to the hole.
Just remember, boyo. Just be safe.
I'm going to try. Start lowering myself down the rope. And as my head is like going over the edge where like you know, as I'm like catching my last glimpse of Dagnall, nod over towards around the corner where Aura is. I think she like
drop Keldrin down into. There we go.
want to get dropped down into anything.
I mean, move.
Joined us like a real adventurer.
Down
This is
here.
fine.
Beligna looks down at you as you're coming down and says, you want me to stay here or come with you?
Well, we don't know what is down here. It sounds like it's really bad and we might die. So leave that up to you.
Okay. And he gets to the top and he just starts climbing down the rope with you.
And does Andrasta join us?
So she's at the I mean, she's waiting there too. And she's she pauses there at the top and says, I'll wait here.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh, but I will wait.
Someone who knows something should stay up here. Just in case.
Yes. I will eagerly wait reports of what you find.
Hopefully nothing.
So as you get to the bottom, yeah, and if you guys at the bottom already looking around, yeah, I mean, you see what you see, which is if you see webs, you see webs. These like bigger things here, like I know they sort of look like goblin faces or something, but they're like just, you know, big old protuberances of stone. And there's several like passageways isn't the exact way to see them, because most of the time when you see like a passageway, like, you know, up here, there's it essentially like you see like it looks like over a cliff, and you see it. There's a bunch of holes, a bunch of large holes, in addition to where you are.
The general idea, so now we can just go and see if that other hole tomorrow looks like this or not. Right?
Stop it. Freeze.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I gotta back you up.
You dead.
Right there.
Keep going. So Stavid had come up, says there, and he'd he'd come around that passage, and the Stavid, as you are like coming back, you hit something very solid.
Too far.
You already went far enough. I love it.
And it's very invisible, but and while it is definitely feels like something solid, you also feel like you're almost like I don't know if I really want to go back that way right now. It's not completely. I mean, you feel like if you could, but it's also just kind of a feeling like, well, all right. It seems like I can't go this way anyway, so might as well just try to find another way.
Okay.
Bad.
I guess we're in it.
I mean, somebody's in it. Doesn't mean we all have to be in it.
I mean, 2 out of the remaining 3 of us are following.
That was an accident. And sometimes accidents happen. That doesn't mean...
Everybody has to suffer.
Right. Can we... See, like, before he gets down around the corner, can we see him?
So...
Did you say anything?
Are you guys coming? Can I see you across this chasm?
Yeah, so remember, this isn't a path. Like, again, what you can see, you can see.
There's like
this is across a chasm right here. It's like
there's like multiple layers
like,
to this.
Yeah, there's like a layer, and then there's maybe some kind of layer with a bunch of webbing, and then like there's a deep darkness below that. So yeah, so y'all can see Stavid like go out and walk around. He turns back around and says, "You all coming?"
We don't have long.
So Kater was partially following. He was giving him space. Did I see him like bump into a wall?
Well, you saw him turn around and come back, and he kind of stops and kind of almost kind of shrugs his shoulders, and then turns on and goes back the other way.
All right. Well, he didn't say anything, so. And then he said, "Are you coming?" So.
No, wait, I had a,
Yes. A guy with a torch is leaving.
I'm not sure.
I guess you elves don't
Yeah, I
care.
don't care.
You elves disappeared.
Looks the same to me.
Malignant cares. So,
Oh, yeah.
Malignant like starts moving after the light.
Wait, Malignant. Oh.
I can't
We all made it.
can't see. And he like, okay. Oh, I'm gonna go with them.
I'm not sure that's a
can't
great idea.
I can't see.
I understand. I mean, I can see just fine.
But I can't see.
I know, but I could help you back up out of the hole if we don't want to go down there.
Well, your friends.
They might have made a bad choice.
Well, so we should help them with their bad choices.
Thank you, Malignant. When someone makes some choice.
See, I don't know that. I mean, if they made a bad choice and they're all going to die down there, and then we all die down there, that's not good.
It's not bad to die helping your friends.
Well, but like being alive and carrying on in their memory would be good, wouldn't it?
I think we should help them.
It's a good idea.
Probably not.
It's the right thing to do, regardless of if it's the easiest thing to do.
I don't know. I'm not sure that that's accurate.
Plus, we'll never know what's down here.
I don't know if I need to know what's down here.
What if it's part of your the sleep thing, dream, part of your dream?
Maybe. I don't know what happened. I thought Stavid was. I thought he had a great idea to just look around, climb back up, go look in the other hole. I don't know why he abandoned that idea so quickly.
Just looking around. That's what.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's looking around.
Yeah, but we were going to look around just right here and not wander anywhere.
We're still here.
No,
We're still
not,
here.
you're not here anymore. I'm here. You are no longer here.
We're barely far away from
You're
where we
not
started.
here. You're in a different
Gotta let
place.
go of the rope, man.
You are in a different place than I am.
Like
I am here. I'm in the safe place.
60 feet. It's not far.
All right, well, just come on back then.
Would love to.
All right, well, I'm gonna like yell back up the hole. They wandered too far, so I guess I have to go now down there where it's really dark and bad. So, I don't know if we're gonna make it back.
You got 3 hours.
Okay, I'll try to hurry them along. Can Aura hear me?
Hi.
Hurry up, Keldrin!
Okay, well, I have to go join them now down this... They wandered down one of the pathways and they can't seem to get back, so I have to go. And so I'm not sure. It looks bad in terms of making it back. I think we could have had something. But I have to go now. Goodbye.
Yeah, no, the tavern keeper.
I don't know, there was something about it.
Right? That orcish charm.
Yeah.
She says, "I bring yourself back alive."
I knew it. I'll try.
Cutscene. Ars Max Dagnall. I did not say that. Dagnall laughs.
And
And
then,
yeah.
when I saw her move that crate. Alright, well, I guess
And now,
I'm gonna... Before I go, I'm curious. So, like, right about where I saw Stavid, like, turn around and go, like, meh.
Yeah.
Is there, like... Can I feel anything from this side?
you cannot feel anything from this side.
Alright, I'm gonna, like, really, like, slowly and gingerly just sort of, like, reach my toe out over... Like, very slowly, like, you know... Like, easing into the pool very slowly.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of, like,
Step through. Okay. You have a foot through.
And then I'll just slowly, like, nothing's happening, my foot's okay.
Your
Fine.
foot's okay.
Alright, I'll just, like, slowly, but I'm dislike it the entire time. Just slowly making my way through that, past that spot.
Malignant looks at you and says, "I don't know what this means, but I heard somebody say it one time. I'm proud of you."
Thank you, Malignant. It's a nice thing to say.
I thought so. And we're in the dark.
Huh.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Funny. That's funny. Curious that in this episode we ended up in the dark. Just want to go on record saying I think this is a terrible choice.
Well, I agree. We're all dead.
What's ever gone wrong when we've gone to the Underdark and low levels?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last time we
Nothing
went,
that hasn't gone wrong at high levels.
we were like mid-ish levels.
Yeah, we were
No.
much better than this last time we did that.
Now, speaking of being level, you are now level 4.
Aha.
You
Whoa.
did.
We just
I'll take that.
doubled.
That's some big things.
You did, in fact, do something. You made a decision.
Wait, that's all we had to do to get to
Last
level 4?
decision we'll ever make.
Because I could have made a lot of decisions up there.
Well, you made a decision here. But that's true. You could have gone another way, or another way, or even another way.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
decisions we could have made that were not in this hallway.
Just went this way.
Well, we can be a light in the darkness.
Oh, next episode title. Here we go.
No.
Those hit points before I forget about it.
Yeah, go ahead and raise them up.
Well,
There might be some combat involved next time.
No,
Maybe.
we just have to go scoop up some, I don't know, gunk.
Moss.
Yeah, and get out of here.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's it for Oblivion, everybody. So, we will see you next time, which I think for D&D might be in a few weeks. So whenever I think we're gonna be around next week with some Scion, most likely.
Yeah, should be.
And then a few weeks from now, we'll be back with the final episode of Oblivion. So we will see you then. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Good night.